Hey guys, how's it going today? So we're looking at the Gold 67. I'm looking at trying to figure out what's it gonna take to get this thing running. So step one is going to be a battery tray, so I could put a battery in here. That's cheap, I'll have to buy that. Some new battery cables would probably be best. That's pretty rough. I'm going to wash the engine bay out, get all the pack rat mess out of here, and so that way everything's kind of somewhat clean, I guess. I'm not gonna worry about rebuilding the carb or anything. I probably should take it apart and at least clean it. So that'll be a debate that I need to do here in a bit. The motor's not locked up, but I'm gonna put some Marvel Mystery Oil in the cylinders. Hopefully if a ring's stuck, it'll loosen that up, and then, you know, when it does fire, it'll kind of work itself free. What else do we have here? I need to get me a battery, but I got one. I'm just gonna borrow one out of another car. One that's not running. Make sure the heater hose out of the way. I need to clean the points. Probably gonna take the fuel system off right here and put a pony keg up in here just for the temporary. I was looking this over and noticed the wire for the coils broke, but it's also super stiff. So I imagine it's gonna break some more at some point down the line. What else do we have? That'll get us at least running. At least to the point where I can test it to see if it's running. If there's anything wrong with the motor is what I really mean. I don't know why I keep saying running. I need to cut the exhaust off because it is all twisted up and mangled underneath. So it's gonna take a couple days to get everything, but that's kind of a game plan for right now. So let's get started. So we got the new battery tray in. I've gone through, I've tried cleaning up some of these grounds, broke this terminal end off, put new battery cables in. Hopefully those are routed somewhat decently. Clipped those in so they're kind of out of the way. I need a zip tie or something to make sure that battery cable's staying out of the way. Went with side terminals because that's what I have on hand battery wise right now. Not a big deal. I'll get it squared away eventually, but for right now I just need to be able to move the car around. I have some work I need to do on some other stuff, and this is the only cement pad I have access to at the moment. So what I have left, probably ought to clean the points, make sure those are okay. I need to, I already cut the plastic sheathing off because I need to put a new end on because this wire has been broke off. This wire is also super stiff, so this wire ought to be replaced at some point. Probably ought to clean the carb, but I think I'm going to try to just get away with squirting some gas down the barrel of the one barrel and seeing how she rides. I did an oil change last week, had to air up the tires to actually do that. It's not something everybody hears all day. I think I'm going to throw some water in here, probably ought to, so it doesn't burn itself down. It's been raining, so I'm not worried about everything catching fire because everything's pretty wet right now. And I'll have a garden hose on hand, so not a big deal. If I could get it running, that would be nice. Step 2 would be to check the brakes, see if I could at least get 1 or 2 to bleed, so I can use them, and put some fluid in the transmission, because I assume it needs it. All GM transmissions seem to leak for some reason. And see if I can get it to move. Once I get it moving, driving, I'll be quite the happy guy. Fixed the wire, got it all cleaned up. It's wet right now because I sprayed it down with electromotive cleaner. Went ahead, sprayed the distributor area out. Cleaned the points with my tungsten file, points file. At least I just rubbed it in there a couple times, see, you know, make sure it's kind of clean. So that's where we're at. Now we are on to the carburetor side. I did notice that the vacuum line down there is broke. That's fine. When I pull off this carb, I'll just cap it at the, or pull off the air cleaner, I will cap it at the carburetor. I have a feeling the water temp is going to be wild, or maybe the light will go off because the wires broke here. I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried about it. I just want to see if this motor is going to fire, because it'd be really nice just to be able to move it forward like 10-15 feet and then back when I need to. Nothing like driving down the road, just around the yard. So let's see how it goes. Keep going. So I got 2 problems here. One, I tried to fill up the carburetor
one with some gas through the vent tube. This vents into the bowl, the carburetor bowl, and it all started draining down the carb into the intake. So it tells me I probably got a bad float or a bad seal in there. Okay, well, that's dealable. I probably ought to clean this, but I was trying to get away with doing the least amount of work to get this to work. I did vacuum cap that, the advance line, so we're good to go there. All right, coming over here to the battery. Something I really don't like. The positive terminal is right next to the fan shroud, and I'm worried if it vibrates around too much, it's going to short out on the radiator. So I did not plan for that. I should have checked that. I knew I should have checked that, but I didn't, and now I'm in this situation where I can't really move it too far away. I guess I can. I can come all the way over there. So maybe I can put the battery over here temporarily. Nope, can't. We'll put a block of wood or something in here to protect these wires. I got 1x4. I got some junky plywood, just so that way it keeps it from touching the radiator. What else do I got? That's about it right now. So I was getting really close to firing this thing up until I found this stuff out. So I'll probably go get the tripod and set the camera up and see if it'll crank over. Maybe I squirt some ether down it and see if it'll pop off once or twice. That gives you a little bit more hope that something's going right. So hopefully I don't burn the whole car down. Would not be cool. Okay, so I tried setting everything up here, and I'm gonna have to do something different because the battery cables, when I attempt to put the board here, wedge it, I'm not going to be able to reach. So again, I'll have to find a shorter board. Okay, I have some at work, so this may get pushed off till next week. It's supposed to rain all next week, so that's even better because I got a bunch of those little helicopter seeds that fall out of trees. If you don't know what they are these guys, and well, that one doesn't fly with fruit. They like to spin like that, and that's why they're called helicopters. So it'll give me time to clean the carb, and I think I'm going to end this video here because we've got a little bit done, and the next video, hopefully, me being able to start it. So we're getting close. Kind of bummed out about that. But we will see what we can do here. I may just end up buying new cables and going to get a different battery. I hate to buy a new battery for this car because it'll only be in here. It's like I need new tires for it, but it's just going to sit for quite a while till I actually drive it. So you're investing money into something that's a good that will degrade over time, and you're not using it. There's a lot of stuff like that, but rubber degrades at a different rate than some things, and it's something you have to rely on your life on when you do use it. Not saying that a blown tire will kill you, but it could. There's a high possibility of it. So alright, well, let's end the video here, and I will reassess how I'm going to go about all this, because I did not think this one through. However, before I end it, we can go ahead and look at the other 6 cylinders. Alright, I pulled the valve covers off of both the motors to figure out what the heads are. Usually, sometimes, like on my 250 and my 66, that's how I knew it was a 250. It was a 230, 250 block, but the head was only for a 250. Now we're going to use what is considered the Holy Bible of 6-cylinder Chevy power building to figure this out. So I haven't even looked these up myself. I just saw where it is because I'm going to have a hard time finding it on that one. That one's got some goo in it. The valve cover is gooed up as well. So my luck, this is going to be the 250. Either way, I'll clean it up and I'll go from there. But let's check this out. Let's look at this one. Ron
really thought that that one was a 250. So we're gonna see if my head theory is correct. So what we got here is a 3895062. All right, let's look this up here. Let's see if we can figure it out. Figure out if I know where I put it. I thought I had it on the right page. Guess I didn't. Alright, casting numbers. I believe these are blocks without integral. Okay, here we go. That was 05. 052 or 062? 052, 052. Not 388. This is a 38850. 52, and that's probably, so that one's probably a 230. Now, did they use it over here as well on a 250? 385052. All right, so we have a possibility here of this still being a 250. Let's go check the goopy one. All right, so that's intake side, rear. Intake side. Oh, look at that, that's a mess. Okay, we are going to put some liquid scrubber in a can here. Look how clean that is now. Don't know if that's paint. It's probably paint. Alright, so we got like a 3872708. 3827078. 382727008. Well, so it's a 230. Let's see if they used it over here. 82. Well, it's 3872708. Well, interesting. So let's see here. I can't pull the crank. I sure wish intake castings were different. I don't think they got casting numbers for intakes. So again, I'm still in the same boat, whether it's a 250 or a 230. Now, let's see here. You would think that there would be another way. I guess I could flip them up and look at the crank. I don't really want to pull the oil pan, but I may have to. I was really hoping to have some sort of let's see what old Dave has to say, see if it's just block castings. Engine numbers. These are all just engine numbers. Castings explained. These are all older castings. Alright, well, there's that. So we're still on the boat whether these are 230s or 250s. That is not the right oil dipstick. I don't know if I've said that before, because they're little short fellas, so I don't know what's going on there with that. That's the old style pump on that one, and I believe this one has the new style pump on this one. So I don't know. This is a trick, ain't it? Alright, so I guess one of these days I'll have to flip these guys over and decide if I'm going to pull the oil pan or not. I know 194s had really small intake runners compared to like my 250. But, alright, well, I'm going to end the video here. We kind of didn't really get any farther, because they're both 250s or 230s. Now the only difference is crank and rods. But I don't want to go through that mess of doing that swap, unless I got to. Even then, I may just go V8, because, let's face it, V8's a lot cooler at times. But I've been trying to use this 4-barrel intake and split headers for a while now, and I don't see it being viable to use on a little 194, and I'd rather have a big 6. Don't tempt me to go 292. Anyways, thanks for watching.
stay tuned for more. Next video will probably be cleaning the carb and then starting the car.